Sarah is a young woman. She is 28 years old. She lives in a cozy apartment with her fiancé, Leo. Leo is a kind man with a warm smile. They are very happy together. This month is a very special month for them. Their wedding is at the end of the month. Only 3 more weeks. Sarah is excited and a little bit nervous. There are many things to do. They need to choose the music, order the cake, and send the last invitations. One Tuesday evening, Sarah is sitting on the sofa. She is looking at a wedding magazine. The magazine has pictures of beautiful dresses and shiny rings. Leo is in the kitchen, making tea. Sarah thinks about her wedding dress. It is a beautiful white dress. She also thinks about something special she wants to wear. It is a necklace. Not just any necklace. It is a family heirloom. The necklace is old and very beautiful. It is silver, and it has a small, shining blue stone in the middle. The stone is the color of the sky on a clear summer day. This necklace is very important to Sarah. It was her grandmother's necklace. Her grandmother wore it on her wedding day. Then, she gave it to Sarah's mother. Sarah's mother wore it on her wedding day too. And now, it is Sarah's turn. It is a tradition in her family. It is her something old and something blue. I want to look at the necklace, Sarah thinks. I want to see how it looks with my dress in my mind. She keeps the necklace in a special place. It is a small, wooden jewelry box on her dresser in the bedroom. She goes into the bedroom. The room is quiet. She opens the top drawer of the dresser. She sees her other jewelry, some earrings, a bracelet. She takes out the small, wooden box. She feels excited. She opens the box. But it is empty. The small, blue necklace is not there. Sarah's heart stops for a second. That's strange, she thinks. She closes the box and opens it again. It is still empty. The red velvet inside the box looks very empty and sad without the necklace. A feeling of panic starts to grow in her chest. No, no, no. It must be here, she whispers. She starts to search. First, she looks in all the other drawers. Maybe she put it in a different box. She looks through all her other jewelry. No necklace. She looks on the dresser. She looks behind the dresser. Nothing. She gets on her knees and looks under the bed. There is only dust and an old sock. Leo comes into the bedroom with 2 cups of tea. "Here is your tea, my love," he says. Then he sees Sarah's face. Her face is pale and she looks very worried. "What's wrong? Are you okay?" Sarah's voice is small and shaky. "The necklace," she says. "My grandmother's necklace. I can't find it." Leo puts the cups down. He knows how much the necklace means to her. He hugs her. "Hey, it's okay," he says calmly. "We will find it. It has to be in this apartment. Don't worry." His calm voice helps a little, but Sarah is still very upset. "But I looked everywhere, Leo. In the box, in the drawers, under the bed. It's gone." Tears start to form in her eyes. Leo holds her hand. "Okay, let's be detectives," he says with a small smile. "Let's think. When was the last time you saw it?" Sarah tries to think. Her mind is a fuzzy cloud of worry. I don't know. Maybe a month ago. I looked at it when my mother gave it to me." "Okay," Leo says. "And after you looked at it, what did you do?" "I put it back in its box." "I am sure of it," she says. "Did you wear it? Maybe to a party or a dinner?" Leo asks. Sarah thinks hard. "No. I was saving it for the wedding. I never wore it outside." They search the apartment together for an hour. They look in the living room. They check the pockets of all her jackets and coats in the closet. They look inside her handbags. They even look in the kitchen cupboards. The necklace is nowhere. Sarah sits on the sofa. She feels defeated. "It's lost forever," she says quietly. "The wedding is in 3 weeks. What will I do?" "It was our family tradition." Leo sits next to her. He is quiet for a moment. He is thinking. Then, he says, "Sarah, do you remember that cold day, about 3 weeks ago? We went to visit your parents." Sarah nods. "Yes, I remember. It was very windy. And you wore that new, long gray coat," Leo continues. "The one with the very deep pockets." "Yes," Sarah says. "But we already checked the coats." "I know," Leo says. "But let's check it one more time. Very carefully." Sarah doesn't have much hope, but she goes to the closet with Leo. He takes out the long, gray coat. It feels heavy. They check the 2 big pockets outside. They were empty. But this coat also has a small, secret pocket on the inside, near the chest. It is a very small pocket, for a phone or keys. Leo puts his hand inside this small, hidden pocket. His fingers touch something cold and metal. He stops. He looks at Sarah with big eyes. Slowly, he pulls his hand out. There, in his hand, is the beautiful silver necklace with the small, shining blue stone. Sarah gasps. She cannot believe her eyes. The necklace. She takes it from Leo's hand. It is safe. It is not lost. She remembers now. That day, she was afraid to leave it at home, so she put it in the secret pocket of her coat for safety. Then, she completely forgot. Tears of happiness run down her face. She throws her arms around Leo and hugs him tightly. "Oh, Leo! You found it. You are my hero." Leo laughs. "We found it together. I told you it was here." They stand in the middle of their messy apartment. There are clothes on the floor and boxes are open. But they don't care. They are just happy. Sarah holds the necklace in her hand. It feels cool and familiar. She looks at Leo, and her heart is full of love. "You know," she says, "I was so worried about the necklace. About the tradition." She looks at him. "But the most important thing is not the necklace. The most important thing is you. Our love." Leo smiles his warm smile. Our love is the real treasure, he says. And now, with the lost treasure found, Sarah knows their wedding will be absolutely perfect.